now. I'm going to join the video. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, off we go.
Hey, everybody.
All right.
Oh, all good? All right. Hey, everyone. It's Lisa Wells from Food, Fear and Freedom, helping busy mums get their eating habits back on track and creating more consistent, healthy days for themselves. Now, let's see. Oh, here she is. Jaya. Hello, Jaya. How are you?
Yeah, we got here.
Thank you so much for joining us here for this conversation about the healing power of music. I'm really excited to chat about this because I know this is something you're really passionate about. So thank you for your time today and joining us. There we go. Did you hear all that? You looked a bit frozen for a sec there.
I can hear you. It did.
Right.
It goes a little strange, but we'll try. We'll have a go at this
at least
had a bit of trouble with live Facebook, so we're trying to do it with a Zoom and post it to Facebook.
That's right. So we'll just persevere because that's the sort of women we are. And now I would like to talk a little bit about how we met, and it was over 11 years ago, and I had a bit of a vision and something that I wanted to create, which was a TV series helping people overcome their daily problems, the problems in their daily life. And I really wanted to kind of target, you know, teenagers and the parents, the relationship between teens and parents, because I know that can be a hard one. So I had this idea and this vision of creating a TV series, and I put a call out for people to help me. So Jaya found my advertisement. I'm not quite sure what I did or how it all happened, but we
Facebook.
Was Facebook invented then?
Yeah, it was around.
Yeah, all right.
I'm not sure. You've got a great memory of how we met. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be reminded.
Well, you were very instrumental in helping this all come together. I'm not quite sure what your role was, but I think it was doing everything that was required for putting a TV show together, like finding the space.
I know.
Yeah.
It was through Griffith University, because I was still at university. I was finishing. I was on my last couple of months of my 6-year part-time degree, and I thought it would be really great to, as part of my the project that I had to do for the degree, to be able to do this. And that's how I ended up meeting you. So that's where we met. We met through Griffith University through a call out.
Yeah, there you go. And you were amazing, because I knew absolutely nothing about how to put a TV series together, and we were filming a pilot, so we had to find the talent, we had to find set design, we had to find lighting, camera people, like the list was incredible. And I did all of this 2 weeks out from giving birth to my second child. So pretty amazing.
I remember you were really big.
She was a 10-pound plus baby, so yeah, I was pretty big.
Wow.
Nothing really eventuated from that, but it doesn't matter. The fact is that I did it, and we had a great time doing it, and it was a fabulous experience. And then I guess life just, you know, we stayed in touch for a little while, I think, but then life would have taken its path. And recently just discovered you living in the same state as me now, because I've moved around a bit as well, and we've reconnected, and it was really exciting. And we met and hugged in person about 2 weeks ago. And it just felt so amazing, didn't it, just to see each other again and catch up. And your life has taken you lots of places overseas. And
yes, I've had many, many adventures. I just want to say, as a footnote, I'm still really proud of that that thing
episode
that we created. And I've actually got it in all my CV showreel stuff. So I was really proud to have worked with you at that time. You did an amazing job. And I think the finished project for two amateurs, because you and I were both amateurs at that stage, doing such a thing, for that little pilot, I'm still really proud of that pilot.
Me too.
Since then, yeah, I've travelled around a lot. I've basically been to about 12 or 13 countries. I've worked in 4 of them. I've made little films everywhere I've gone. It's part of what I've been doing to learn my stripes. I'm an independent producer now. I have my own company, Terry and Phil Productions, but having travelled to many different countries now and seen different economic states and different cultural ways, I I'm very, very, very grateful to. It's certainly been a journey. I wouldn't say it's been a pleasant journey at times, sometimes extremely stressful, but what it's given me is a lot of resilience and knowledge of how to pull things together on a shoestring, which is not something I want to do all the time, but it's good knowledge to know how to do things when you don't have much resource. So, and that's why we connected again. I was on Facebook and there you were, and I thought, there's Lisa. It's so awesome. So thank you for inviting me today.
Oh, absolute pleasure. When we were parting and we were actually sitting in my car, just having that little finishing off conversation, you're really encouraging me to get into music. And you started talking about the vibration of it all. And I understand a bit about vibration. I know that we're vibrational beings and that everything is energy and a vibration, like the chair that I'm sitting on and the desk and the computer and everything like that. So I was really it opened my mind, and I thought, I think I need to talk to you a bit more about this. So that's why I wanted to interview you. So do you remember that part of the conversation in the car?
I do. It's actually, I'm actually a singer first. I've always been a singer, musician. I don't play an instrument. This is my instrument. But I've been involved with music since year dot. And for me, my core philosophy is around sound vibration. So even though I work in film for bread and butter, and I do other things too, I have a few pies that I have my finger in, but ultimately we are vibrational beings. And the way I look at it is matter or solid stuff is the final manifestation of sound vibration. So you have sound vibrating, and that comes into a thought, which is like a seed, which then moves through into light, which then becomes a solid piece of matter. So we, as souls, or as consciousness, or as whatever you want to call it, vibratory beings, and every one of us we are a vibrating atom, a set of atoms floating through space and time, and we attract and we repel according to our vibrations. So if we want healing, if we want knowledge, we have to go to music, because music is the thing that connects all life. Sound connects all life. So it's very, very important that we understand if we want to have healing, we have to include sound, music, healing therapy. I'm a singer. It's my greatest, deepest passion is to be able to sing. If I lost my voice, I've lost everything. I literally, it's my greatest love, to be able to sing. So what would you like to know? I'm very happy to be here, and thank you again.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. Okay, so we would have probably touched on my journey of the 10 years of food addiction and coming back to myself. And now I don't really identify as someone who has food addiction. I identify as someone who is mentally strong and who believes in themselves. So that's been a big shift and a big change for me. And I can't say that music has been a part of that, but I can certainly appreciate what you say, and I would love to bring it into my life a bit more. So the sort of music I like is a really uplifting, happy, I love Ed Sheeran and One Direction and all those feel-good songs that when you sing them in the car, it just makes you feel good. And I know my husband has a very wide range and diverse taste of music, and I actually like silence a lot. I like my own company, and I can basically hear my own vibration, and I like to tune in and listen to that. But I do love relaxing music as well. So what's an example of, say, if I was still kind of that person who was stuffing my face each day instead of facing my stuff, how could I use music to help me through each day?
All right, so I'm going to backtrack just to a comment you made before, and then I'll respond. First of all, I had a great revelation a few years ago. Finally, it's stuck in my brain that our birthright is joy. So when you say feel good music, it's music that makes us back into our state of joy. So ultimately, music should be something that brings us love. It brings us a great sense of bliss and peace and joyfulness. So if you're going to sing or be involved with music, do stuff you love. But a lot of people, know, a lot of young ones, they get into the heavy stuff. That's not exactly joyful. It's about anger. And that's useful too. We have to have ways of expressing in a healthy way our anger, and music even does that. I mean, punk came out of anger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I learned all this at university. I wasn't interested in punk at the time, but when I studied where punk come from, I really understood angry people need a release, and much suffering has. Now, in response, just ask me that little question so I can answer it questioning. So what do you need to know? How to get involved with music, or what is the best thing?
How, say if I was back in the day when I was struggling with food, every day there was struggle, internal struggle. And I guess I was really tapped into those negative patterns and thoughts that were consuming me. So how could I have used music?
All right. The first thing I'd say first is we have to, first of all, acknowledge all the stuff inside us, our emotions, our anger, our resentments, our whatever it is that's inside. First of all, we've got to admit that it's there. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Now, I went through a patch many years back now, but I was venting some very bad experiences I'd had when I was younger. I think many people go through very bad experiences at some point in time. Not everyone, but you know, many of us. Underwater yell. So I'd go to a swimming pool and I'd swim underwater. I'd be doing breaststroke and I'd be screaming underwater. I'd take a big breath, go under the water and just go, rah! And I'd scream out my rage and my anger, and I'd swear, and I'd do whatever I need to get that energy out.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it was about 6 months later that I started to sing again. I'd actually had a gap of 5 years where I wasn't singing. I had been silent. I had not been voicing, not been singing, not been expressing. So in order to answer your question, the first thing we need to do is admit we have a problem inwardly, and that our emotions need to be expressed in a way that's not going to harm others, because when we harm others, it comes back. Somehow it comes back. So we have to be able to learn to get it out, because if we don't get it out, it stays in and it becomes something that eats away at us.
Yeah.
The habits of whatever, stuffing ourselves with food, I've done it too. I've had emotional eating. I think all of us do. We emotionally eat, you know, and our weight goes up and down according to how we're feeling. But what we need to do is get out that energy somehow. Once you've cleared that extreme frustration, you can then start to be a sensible person, like go into some kind of music where you can sing or do something in a healthy, proactive manner. But I think when you're in the anger stage, you're probably better off not joining a group, because you probably eat somebody's head off. That's not so good. Or we take it out on our loved ones. You know, we snap and we snarl and that's actually normal. And it's not healthy behavior to take it out on anyone. It just is not. And so we must learn how to channel those negative emotions in a healthy way. So first of all, admit the problem. Secondly, find a way to vent without annoying somebody or harming somebody. So that's how I found underwater yelling. I mean, you can punch pillows, you can go out, chop wood, you can run every day, you can go to the forest and scream where no one can hear you.
I've done car screaming before.
Yeah, car screaming, I've done it too. I've literally been driving and had to pull off the road while I go, you know, someone frustrated me, and tears, and they're on the side of the road, and you know, absolutely, I've done that times, and this is normal. We're human beings, and we need to get the energy out. Yeah, this is the problem. Everybody's storing. You know, we store it, and then we get things like cancers and diseases, because of course we have to have diet and good water. We have to have those things clean, and we have to be eating things. But when we're stuffing down the emotion with food, we have some new habit patterns. So those are the first two things we need to do. Admit we've got a problem. Secondly, vent. And then we can get into a proactive habit that's healthy. Now, I use my phone. I discovered an app called Small, and I think I've told you about it. I love Small, SMUL. it's a little app where you can go on and you can, there's like 500,000 songs from all over the world of all genres, and you can get on there and just have a lot of fun singing. I sing every day. I sing with, you can join in duets, you can join in groups, or you can just sing solo, and no one has to see your stuff. You can put it all on private if you want, but what it does gives you a chance to, even if you can't sing, even if you've got the worst voice in the world, if you can't hit pitch, if you're hopeless at beat, you can get on there and you can sing and you can express and get out your love and your hate and all your feelings. And you know what, after 6.5 years, I'm pretty well balanced. I'm singing every day. And I would absolutely say to anybody who wants a way to express themselves musically, get on small, and then you can hum away in the shower as long as you don't drive everybody else nuts. But ultimately, we must find ways to re-change our neural pathways, because everything's in the brain. We have to rejig our brain into healthier habits and healthier coping mechanisms for the stress when it comes. That is a symptom. Yeah. That's a symptom. Getting to the root cause is harder. So we have to dig down to get to those deeper emotions. And then once we have, even if we don't like the feeling of it, it's wrong to keep, we just have to kind of let it come up. We just got to learn how not to dump it on others, not to take it out on others. We have to find ways that are healthy. And that changes your vibration. I tell you, I'm a completely different person to the one I was 6 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, because slowly I've been getting rid of my baggage. And I know my face has changed quite a lot to reflect that. I think when I was in my 20s, I looked like I was in my 40s, and now I'm older than that. And I'm probably, people say I look younger. And I think that's literally getting baggage in image. So I think habits, which we've all done. I don't think there's a single person on the planet that hasn't at times emotionally eaten. We do it two ways. We either eat too much or we don't eat. You can get the other end. I know when I'm very distressed, I can't eat. I just have to stay away from food, so I lose weight. Go through some emotional thing. But I've also gone through times when I was younger a lot, and I put a lot of weight on. So, food is a comfort, it gives us pleasure. But when we abuse our body, if we don't know how to deal with, perhaps we've been, and we don't know how to handle our feelings. So we don't want to feel the feelings, they make us feel irky. We have to have a way of being able to get out and find things that bring us back some nurturing and some bliss and some joy again, because joy is our foundation. Look at little babies, they're always smiling. They are. This big rough world, and we have to deal with all the stuff that's going on. So we need to get back to our natural state of joy and bliss. Yeah, definitely. That answers that question.
It does. And a lot of what you're talking about is a lot of the stuff that I went through, and it's a lot of the stuff I teach about habits and getting out of your head. I think also with singing is a lot of people don't feel like they've got a voice. Their true self has been shut down through trauma and childhood experiences, and they don't know who they are or what they want to say or what they have to say that can contribute. And I know when I was 40, I signed up for Taekwondo, and I did it for 3 years, and that really helped me find a power within myself, that I was either scared of, didn't realize it was there, didn't know how to awaken it, would have been scared of it. And it was a safe environment for me to kind of yell and shout. And it was such a supportive environment. So there's something out there for everyone. There's a way for everyone to express themselves. And this whole journey, every challenge we have is designed to show us what we have within us, our power and our strength. And it brings us all back to our true self, our true nature. So, I will...
Hats off to you for initiating this. I know you are doing amazing work with women that have got into these bad eating patterns. So hats off to you. We need people like you who've gone through it, who know the pitfalls, who know because it's not just all joy and light. There's a journey in that, from where you were to where you are now. There's a journey, and there's pain and suffering in between usually.
Yeah.
And we have to go through it in order to be able to be an elder to then initiate.
And we can minimize that
Initiate
pain
healing.
and suffering.
So, and to actually, to have a first thing, the admittance that we have a problem. Nothing in any strata of life changes until people's comfort zones are disturbed, or finally their pain is too great and they don't know what to do. What we've got to do is stop people taking their lives.
Yeah, because the pain is too great.
Many people, the pain is too great. For me, it was finding a swimming pool and screaming underwater, and I did that for about 4 months. Probably twice a week I'd go to the pool and I'd swim. I was also trying to get, because I've got a bit of an injury in one side, and I was walking in the water really strongly, like using the water, what do you call it? The
weight, foam.
Yeah, the water, the the pressure of the water moving through and strengthening up my body. But then I'd go under the water and I'd just scream out all the venom that had come inside me, stuff that people had yelled at me about, or things that I hadn't done, and I'd taken it on board. I'm an empath, and I tend to take on negative. And I've learned that what you've got to do is, when you've got that in you, you've got to get it out of you. Otherwise, it poisons everything. It poisons you, and it poisons your loved ones around you. So when you recognize you have a problem, you have to have the courage to admit it, and then you have to find a way to start to clear it and heal it. There's many, many ways. My way was through underwater yelling. Some people might go to the forest. Some people might punch a pillow. Or like yelling in a car. All that is part of the process. You're at that great process. Now you're able to help others.
And something, this connection is
courage to look inside. It might look irky, it might feel irky, but we can't get to clear light. We can't get to clear light until we see that light. And if it's just too dark, we've got to dig down under, and we've got to somehow find a way of clearing it in a healthy manner.
Definitely.
That's where music is very, very powerful. We all feel. Music makes us feel.
And something that I want to share with people is that a lot of people are scared to feel their feelings.
So I will say to people, absolutely.
They're scared to feel their feelings, but I need you to know that if you start feeling your feelings, not everything from your past, your whole life is going to come up. It doesn't work that way, but somehow in our brain thinks, look, if I allow myself to feel a little bit here, then this whole tidal wave tsunami is going to come and overtake me, and I'll spiral down even further than I am. But it doesn't work that way. So what you feel now, by feeling your feelings now, it actually has a healing effect from the past as well. You don't need to go back into all the stuff that you felt from your childhood and all the pain and suffering. By teaching yourself that it's safe to feel your feelings now, you're creating a new evidence for yourself that you can do this. And that's one of the biggest things I think I help women with when I work with them, is just to really know that they can do it, and you have to trust and take that leap. And I really feel, using music as a calming and nurturing tool would also be helpful as well.
Absolutely. Like, even if you can get 15 minutes, and just like, there's so much stuff out there now. God, the internet has opened up the doors for all sorts of things. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Hang on.
Oops.
The internet has opened up so many people.
I didn't catch that.
Siri now. Siri's telling me. Many, many people's ability to put all kinds of hypnotherapies and relaxation and NLP, and there's numerous programs you can do. There's just so much stuff out there. It's a matter of wading through. But the simplest thing is to get a piece of beautiful music. Now, this is music that's not punk, heavy rock, all of that stuff. That's not what I call beautiful music. noise. You need to go like the classics. You might not like classical music, but the thing is, the classics are formulated on very pure beat and timing and mathematical principles. Like all the greats are greats because they work usually with mathematical principle. So all those things can really help to retrain the brain waves.
Okay.
But any music really that is beautiful and calming, that it doesn't mean that you are calm. You might still be full of rage. What you can start, and then going to come up. It's inevitable because you can't keep stuffing down. Eventually, there's going to be a point where when we get sick. So when we start to get sick, it's got to come out. And if it doesn't come out, you're going to die. It's like that. So we're all going to die anyway, but how we die is our choice. We can either have joy in our soul, or we can be full of disease and miserable and dumb. So the thing is, we've got to get back to that state of natural joy and natural bliss and peace. And how do we get to that in this world that has gone crazy? I mean, I'm just looking at all the things that's happening in the world. I just, oh my God, how are we going to survive? And whenever I do, I just go back into music. So it's important to find beauty and music that retrains the brain so that we can be calmer. So we can look at it rather than react to it and go, oh no, I don't want to look at that. Oh no, that's inside me. Oh, I'm an ugly person. Because that's what happens. We think we're ugly. And even I still go through this stuff. I go through stuff when I don't like my feelings. I just feel like I'm full of ugliness. And this is what happens. It's a very human experience because we want to be seen, not any of those ugly things. We want to be seen as beautiful beings. But if we're full of it, literally, we have to find a way to release the darkness.
Just to wrap up now, I love what you just said about the brain waves, retraining your brain, because a lot of people are living in that fight or flight, and that's what I did. I was living in that constantly every day on high alert, and like I was reacting, I wasn't responding calmly. And you have to train yourself, really. That's what it's all about. So get those brain waves, slow them down. That's why meditation is important. Mindfulness, connecting to yourself, who you really are, that essence of you, not the thoughts and the feelings and the emotion. They're just a guidance system. The real you is in there, and that's where we want to get to. We strip and peel all that sadness and anger and all that frustration and all those hurts away, and you're in there and you're fabulous, you're stunning, you're beautiful in every sense of the word, from the inside out. And that's what this journey is all about. It's a beautiful journey. It can be really, really hard, and that's why having support, music could be your support, someone, a coach could be your support, but having support is vital to actually overcome it and go through it.
Yeah, I just thought of something really important, and that is turn off the television. Turn it off. In fact, even remove the television. If you are trying to go through something, it's great as a little bit of an escape, but most people now, it's become a bad habit. And really I haven't had a television. I am living in a share house at the moment that has a TV, and I only watch a little bit because I'm just way too busy. But if you actually physically remove the TV out of your world and instead put in a little stereo and your MP3s and a good pair of headphones, and instead listen to music and get creative. Things we need to do is be active. We have to be active when we're dealing with anger or any kind of issue. When we're dealing with feelings, movement, walking, chop wood, carry water. That's the old adage. So we have to move. But we don't want to keep shoving images, visual. Remember, the visual form of light is putting impressions into our brain that maybe we just can't cope with all of that. But then it's too much. Sometimes it's too much. Be off and go walk on the beach, or go walking in the forest, or go and get involved with groups. There's so many things you can do to help healing. But TV is a waste of time.
Yeah, I've
Select,
stopped watching the TV.
select your
Mm,
program carefully
mm,
and be disciplined about how you thing at television. I don't have one because I'm too busy to have one. I'm too busy making stuff for TV or actually doing things and being creative. And that has cleared my head out. I haven't got time for television. I watch a little bit here and there. It's very important when you're trying to heal, you're not stuffing more stuff in there that's not helping you.
yeah,
Just
that's
be
it.
selective about what you're putting in your brain.
Beautiful.
Everything goes in, everything affects our brainwaves.
Yeah.
And like for me, sound vibration is the purest form of healing. So to sing, to listen to beautiful music, to go to concerts, to get involved with groups, even if you haven't got a voice and can't play an instrument, you can still listen. But be selective about what you listen to. Be careful about what you put in your brain. Don't fill it full of other stuff.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jaya. Thank you so much for your wisdom. You're a very, very wise woman. I've really enjoyed this chat and sharing this knowledge with people. And I look forward to, you know, I guess our journey reigniting together and moving forward and seeing where we go in the next 10 or 11 years. It'll be really exciting.
Absolutely. And you too. I'm really blessed to know you as a friend, and I'm really happy we connected. That was just a joy. And I'm really grateful that you invited me here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
And and to both our journeys. It's fascinating. The life is amazing. Really
It
is.
is, definitely. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you, love. Bless you.
Thank you. Bye. There we go. I hope you enjoyed our interview with Jaya. She is a very wise woman and she has lots of amazing things to say, and I could probably talk to her for hours. So I appreciate your time, Jaya. Thank you so much. And everyone, let me know in the comments, what did you get out of this chat? What was the one takeaway? What are you going to implement into your life from now? I would love to know. Let us know in the comments. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.